Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you for coming by. I have 3 piles here. I have pile number 1, the Miracle of Prayer, Archangel Sandalphon. I have Focus Your Mind, and then I also have Balance. So what Spirit has been mentioning to me is that this pick a card is going to be about how you should be focusing within yourself, or how you should be seeing yourself or doing some of the inner work. Yes, inner work. Now, you can pick by the cards intuitively, but you can also pick by the crystals as well. So for the first pile, for Archangel Sandalphon, we do have a DT Amazonite. For Focus Your Mind, pile number 2, we do have this beautiful spiderweb obsidian egg. And then for the third pile, we do have this beautiful tangerine sphere. You can see that nicely. So take some time to pick pile 1, 2, or 3, and then I'll see you at your piles. Okay, hello, pile number 1. So this is what we have for you. You have chosen, first of all, the double terminated Amazonite. This completely makes sense. And also the Miracle of Prayer for Archangel Sandalphon. Thank you, Sandalphon, for delivering my prayers to heaven. So right off the bat, what I'm getting is that you really have been sending a lot of prayers to Spirit, to your spiritual team. I do feel for some of you, you do to speak to the divine. So you spend a lot of time doing a lot of prayers, or you have been praying to the divine, to Spirit, to your spiritual team. And I do feel that there is an expectation of some type of manifestation that you're trying to bring into the material or the physical world. A lot of it does have to do with emotion as well. I am picking up, there is some love. And I am picking up on that there is some difficulty in regards to that. Like, you're trying to bring love into your life, or trying to bring relationships into your life. And there's almost this feeling of like, well, I don't know if that's going to happen. Almost like, that feeling of you almost want to give up. If you notice the colors of the feathers, it's actually a very light pink, but at the same time, and green. And that also has to do with the heart chakra. When you look at the other colors of Archangel Sandalphon, there is also some red. It's like a reddish orange. So it does have to deal with the lower chakras. So you are trying to bring in and ground this manifestation that you're trying to put in to your physical. With the Amazonite is also an abundance crystal, And the fact that it is a double terminated crystal, meaning it's bringing in the energy from above and the energy going between somebody. So this crystal is especially really great, or double terminated crystals just in general is really great to hold while you're trying to communicate, which is what Amazonite is also for too, is communication. It does help with the throat chakra. It also brings in abundance. It helps with manifestation. But it's great to hold on to when you're trying to communicate or have a conversation. Having ADT helps with the communication or the energy between yourself and someone else, especially when maybe there's difficulty in communication, either from yourself or from the person that you're trying to communicate with. So that's what I have for this one. Let's go with your tarot cards. So we have Four of Wands, Garnet. The universe brings all I need to feel blissful. We have Page of Cups. I am as young as I choose to feel. We have the Nine of Swords with Sujolite. I trust the present moment. And then we also have the Ace of Swords. Nice, because I feel like there's a little bit of a balance of communication, swords, cups, and then wands, sort of creativity. You're definitely trying to balance out. Let's just bring this up a little bit more so we can fit. We have Illusion. But this is a pile that ended up having more cards than usually the other piles would have when I started shuffling. And what's funny is that this is the only pile that got that. See, we have abundance here. So this is definitely about bringing in this manifestation. So the inner work that I see that your spiritual team is trying to make you aware of is, you know, having that balance, or trying to have balance and also grounding in your manifestations. I'm also hearing like, don't give up. This is see beyond the past. I'm kind of squirreling here, but I do want to bring this up, is that when it comes to swans kind of reminds me of the Lovers. And so, like I had mentioned in the beginning, I do feel like some of you are trying to manifest relationships or manifest love within your life, and it's having that feeling of like, well, it's kind of defeated feeling. But what I'm seeing here is that as above and so below, or the mirroring effect, right? And twin flames kind of come up if you believe in that. But sometimes people you will end up mirroring, right? Or perhaps see beyond the past, is that some of your past relationships you actually have been having some difficulties, and so you would have to see past that difficulties that you have experienced in past relationships to be able to bring forth change. And I'm just realizing it, this is the number 23. 23 brings number 5. 5 brings in change. And so if you want to bring in the change, you need to realize some of the things that are mirroring in your current relationships, or the relationships that you have. There's maybe some patterns that you have not seen, and so maybe spirit wants to bring that within you right now and let you know that this is something that you need to be aware of so that you can see beyond the past. Because here we also have an abundance, and again trying to ground that. I see it's like, so as above so below sort of thing. And it's interesting because we have the whale here and we also have the shark here, and they're both from the sea, and very, very similar and very interesting. This is the path, and just the colors or the patterns we see. It's number 4. This is number 9. We also have 4. We have 4. So if you've been seeing 444, 9s too as well. 9s, 999 perhaps. And 9s also speak about, you know, being very close to endings. What I feel from the Ace of Swords is that it's being able to speak up or bring in some truths. I also feel, from coming from the Page of Cups, that some of you might be new to, you know, the relationships, or you feel like you don't have a lot of experience, and so this seems to be very new for you. But 4 of Wands also brings in, it's like stability too. It's a really good card for being stable. So I feel like for this pile, what's coming within yourself is balance and stability, and for you to be able to bring in the manifestations that you want to bring in. And there's some communication here because that has to do with the crystal that you also have chosen, as well as it being a double terminated crystal. So there is some type of communication between you and another person, should this be a relationship. I do feel like this has to do with a relationship. Yeah, a lot of balance, but I feel like the main thing that Spirit wants to let you know is that you need to be aware, and I feel like this may be subconscious, that there are some things that are being mirrored in some of the patterns that you see within your relationships. But you are trying to, you know, be straightforward, I feel like it's, what I see in this is that I do see a brain. I see delusion. So I do feel like it's, some of you might feel like you're just kind of, what was that called? I can't think of it right now, but it's that part of your brain where you are just working on it's reacting. Basically, it's not taking time to think about things. It's just like that primal, there you go. It's like that primal part of your brain that is just like, oh, I see something, I'm just gonna just go for it, right? And sometimes that works, but sometimes it needs to have a little bit of contemplation. But there is a path that you're going towards. But sometimes I don't see sharks as being a bad thing, but I do see that this seems to be like a primal thing, like, you know, just go for it. But maybe take some time, I'm getting. but that's not for all of you. For some of you, I feel like, it's fine to, go for it. And it says Nine of Swords, trust in the present moment. Nine of Swords is usually, it kind of reminds me of the same thing too, as far as like, mentally, in your mind, you're kind of like in your mind mentally and just worried so much. Sugilite is also a crystal that really helps with any traumas, and so it kind of goes along with this message of seeing beyond the past. So if you did have some traumas in the past, in your past relationships, that speaks for that. And Ace of Swords, yeah, you're ready for some type of breakthrough, and this does have to deal with communication. Like, I'm ready to communicate, I'm ready to be honest. We do have a couple more cards, and again, usually just have one card for this, but this is from the Divine Feminine. So I was gifted these cards when I had my first spiritual awakening. Please, hopefully I say this right. Anandamaya, the joy permeated mother. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. Yeah, so it seems like for some of you, because you've been doing the work, you've been trying to balance yourself, you do some spiritual work. So my pile ones here, you probably have been through a spiritual awakening and you're working on your inner self already. And so some of these messages might just be some confirmation for you, and that you know yourself really well and you're here for confirmation. You just need that little bit of validation. And then Saraswati, so the goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. So yeah, I feel like you know who you are. You have been working on yourself a lot, and that you have a lot of knowledge within yourself, and that no matter what you do, you know who you are, you know what you want. So let's just try pull like a couple more cards, maybe like what the advice would be. What advice for pile one, Spirit? Oh, here we go. Ooh, Ten of Pentacles. This is like really, really good. This is like one of the best cards ever. Ten of Pentacles. And I love how the pentacles look in here. Some of you might have children already. But Ten of Pentacles does have to do with family, as it says over here. Inheritance. It also talks about, having all that you need. And so this is what you're manifesting for yourself. Even with the Four of Wands, it could have to do with, bringing family in. I think some of you may already have a family, and maybe your counterpart has family too, and so it's trying to bring into families together. That could be something some of you might be looking towards too. And then we have the so I really feel just having that self-knowledge, that spiritual wisdom, yeah, definitely. I mean, these 3 cards going. So you're definitely spiritual, pile number 1. This just might be confirmation for you. This is what's coming towards you. Some of you might be asking, like, how fast or when will this be coming in? And from what I get from here is, I think, what is it? I can't think of that, but what is coming up is that I don't see this coming in like super fast. I feel like I keep getting slow is steady. So even though this is taking a little bit of time to manifest, I feel that you are at a steady pace, that because you're needing that balance, right? That balance, that stability, and it's just keep going at it. You're doing a great job, but I don't really see this as coming in super fast or super quick. I just feel like slow is steady, and that's what's coming up, is what Spirit is bringing in, is that slow is steady. It's be patient. This is coming in for you, what you want. For some of you, this could mean money, because 10 of Pentacles, it's like waiting for that, more abundance coming in. And abundance is not necessarily, just money, but it could, like I said, family relationships, bringing 2 families together is what I feel for some of you. But yeah, that's it. What I have for you, pile number 1. Thank you for coming to my page. If you like this reading, please give me a thumbs up. You can also give me a follow as well. That would definitely help me with bringing in more readings for you. And hope to see you for the next reading. Bye. Hi and welcome, my pile number 2. You have chosen the black obsidian, or black spider web obsidian. I think a while ago this was a new find, and it was very Halloween-y, so maybe you like Halloween a lot. I also feel like, just coming off of this pile, that you're the type of person who likes to protect yourself a lot. Also, because this reading has to do with working with your inner self, I do feel like you do like to protect your manifestations, or whatever your wishes, things that you want, protect them very dearly. So very protective pile. Spider webs also reminds me of just trying to catch things. You also might be a very good manifester, but I'm also picking up that there's a lot of secrets that you hold in within yourself, and you don't necessarily give them out or tell everybody that, or so. You have also chosen focus your mind. Thank you, angels, for helping me to focus on my priorities. It does have to do with manifestation. So I guess all these inner work, pile number 1, they trying to manifest. So interesting that I picked up on the egg and protection, because what's coming up is, well, it's almost like coming up blank about what am I manifesting? Well, I'm just gonna keep it to myself, right? I'm not picking up on relationships in this pile. It's just like a lot of maybe some Scorpion energy too. Very deep knowledge, deep thinkers. I feel like you're quite intelligent as far as, especially when you interact with other people. And this might be big. This actually might be big as far as what you're trying to manifest. So I feel like you're trying to manifest something huge, and that could also be why you're trying not to bring. This is so weird. I'm getting distracted. And maybe this is the reason why. It's focus your mind. If you really want to create this huge big thing that you want to manifest, you need to really focus, because I feel like I'm just scrolling right now. I'm being distracted as far as my mind goes. Interesting. Excuse me. We're gonna go with your tarot cards first. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. Here we go. Pyrite. Pyrite is a really good crystal for abundance, manifesting abundance. It says I have everything I need to prosper. Very interesting. You guys could be huge romantics. The rose here, like a romanticize, or you may romanticize everything as rose. It could also be rose, seeing things through rose colored glasses, or I'm getting over romanticize things. It's not a bad thing. It's, hear me out, it's perhaps the focus that you need is that you need to see things a little bit more, could be a little bit more logically, if this is something huge that you're trying to manifest. And sometimes when there is a overly romanticizing of things, you need to ground some things and put things in order, basically, perhaps. And I see the chakras here, and usually on our physical body we have our chakras, and to be able to manifest you want to be able to align your chakras, right? And that's probably what that is. Lots of yellow. So solar plexus. I'm super tired. Oh my goodness, I feel tired in this pile. So you may be overworking yourself perhaps, or you could also be a very workaholic type, and so you feel tired. But we have the King of Wands, a lot of wand energy, Page of Wands. We have the yellow calcite. That also has to do with the solar plexus. Oh, look. Eight of Wands is really fast energy too. So you have the Page of Wands, always open to good news. I manifest multiple opportunities. Quantum jump. What are you guys manifesting here, or what have you been working on? I feel like you've been doing a lot of inner work, or you're pretty good at manifesting. Sacred boundaries. Here you go, right? So just like I picked up from the beginning. Oh, let me see. Let's just bring this up a little bit more. Sacred boundaries. So you definitely probably have created a lot of boundaries within yourself, or when it comes to interacting with other people too, or just in general, because as far as trying to manifest what you want to do, there could be a lot of eyes on you, or a lot of people. You could also think that a lot of people may be jealous of you as far as what you're trying to manifest or bring in. We have 7 here, we have 9, we have 8. We also have the yin and yang, and the yin and yang does have to deal with it. Well, it's interesting because yin and yang is supposed to be the balance of the divine feminine and masculine energies, but what I'm getting from here is sometimes you may say things black and white, which is interesting because I'm also seeing the yellow too. So there's a lot of yellow here. And so you may, when it comes to certain things, or when you're manifesting, you may see things black and white. And that could be the imbalance that you, or spirit, is trying to tell you or bring forth within yourself, right? So this could be subconscious for you, that you're not being open to certain things. You're seeing things as black and white when you're trying to manifest this big thing. And this could be some type of business. I am seeing something huge. This could be millions, huge. This business could give you millions or something, millions of dollars. I see something huge that you're trying to bring in, but you're very black and white in regards to that. So excuse me, and I am super tired. So whatever you're doing, you may need to also get some rest too. So focus your mind, because if you don't get the rest that you need, you definitely won't be able to focus on the things or the manifestations that you need to bring forth, to be able to focus on the manifestation that you're trying to bring in. I get a little bit of both, as far as I feel like perhaps some of you may think that there's a lot of people that have eyes on you and they get jealous, and so that's why there is a little bit of secrecy going on within this pile. Some of you, I'm getting the feeling of, well, I don't care. But overall, there is some boundaries. I am so sorry if the camera is shaky. And then we have one more card here. Ooh, Lilith. So this is from the Divine Feminine Oracle. And Lilith, the first woman, I am the voice of my body, and so I choose the life that I desire to live. So I feel like for a lot of you, just feel you know what you want. You definitely, maybe you could be an entrepreneur in this sense, but this gives me the vibes of black and white. I'm not saying Lilith is like that. but it does bring in the black obsidian as far as protection, also a little bit of secretiveness, not showing a whole lot to the world or bringing forth what you're trying to manifest, but you know what you want. You're definitely bringing that in. Perhaps what Spirit is bringing in for your message here is that as far as you're not balancing yourself out as far as the yin and yang goes, from what I feel from this card. The message is that you need to see things from a different perspective. There is a way of trying to balance your feminine and your masculine. And I feel tired. So you may be doing a lot of the masculine part of the manifestation that you're trying to bring in, but not enough of the feminine work, right? Resting, believing that it's coming to fruition, things for in a different way. And again, look, Lilith is also feminine too, right? It is from the Divine Feminine Oracle, but she's there for a reason. So, and coming from the heart too, right? But I see the moon here, and it still gives me night sky moon. Reminds me of the moon card in tarot, and gives me there's not an illusion, but it's more of there's things in the shadows that we don't know about. And so I feel that's the message from Spirit. I'm just going to pull a couple more cards and say what other advice we have for pile number 2 as far as their inner work, what they're trying to manifest or bring in. Spirit, please show us for pile number 2 guidance on what they're trying to work, inner work. This is lots of wands, so you're definitely trying to bring in, I feel like for you it's there already. You just need to balance yourself because it's there for you. It's already given to you. And then we have the Chariot in reverse. So usually it's the Chariot is about moving forward. So I think what Spirit is trying to tell you is that what you are trying to manifest is already there. It is there for you. You just need to balance yourself out. There is a lot of action that you are putting forth, but you need to balance that yin and yang, which is the feminine part and the masculine part. Everybody has the masculine part of them in themselves, but I feel like you need to utilize more of that feminine part and just trust and believe and take a rest. So again, for pile number 2, that is your message. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you liked the reading. And if you do, please give me a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. It will help my channel a lot so I can bring in more readings for you. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. You have chosen the red tangerine sphere. This part is super, super pretty. If you can't see that, sparkles. And tangerine, I believe, really does have to deal with the emotional part. Really clocks into the heart chakra. Helps with the inner work too, so which is perfect for this particular reading anyway. And we have balance here. This is interesting. I'm wondering if some of you might be called to pile number 2, or just watch all piles, because I feel like it kind of goes into each other. But pile number 2 had I've talked about balance there, but we have balance here for you, pile number 3, and it says, thank you, angels, for bringing my life into balance. Perhaps you're already at this balance space and you're just kind of wondering, when is my manifestation coming in, or what else is coming up for me as far as what kind of inner work that needs to be done. Yeah, hold on. All right, sorry about that. I just had to pause the reading for a little bit. So we have balance here. I'm gonna put that there. Let's see. We're gonna go into your cards. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Ooh, okay. Three of Swords. We have the Page of Swords. I get moving forward from this card. We have the Nine of Cups. Wow. Right? I believe I said in the beginning. See, the trade process that I had for this reading was that perhaps it was almost like from pile number 1 to pile number 2, and then pile number 3, it's almost like as if here in pile number 3, you have already been at that stage of, okay, I am balanced, and I am having what I am wishing for, because Nine of Cups is actually your wish fulfillment card, you know. And we have here the Page of Swords, which I picked up on, you know, moving forward. You're really, you know, at this balance. It's almost a breath of fresh air. It's a breath of fresh air where you understand how to manifest. You understand where things are going with the flow. And so, yes, right? I see things exactly as they are. And I welcome you. So you are in this beautiful state of, I know who I am. I know what I want. I am balanced. You're able to balance your divine feminine, I can't even say. Femininity. Blah, blah. I'm sorry. Divine feminine, divine masculine. And going with the flow, understanding of how to bring in and manifest and have it grounded within this physical realm, right? Moving forward as it is, even though we have, what I'm seeing here is we have the Three of Swords here. And Three of Swords usually, you know, depicts of a heart and, you know, one of the swords stabbing into the heart. There's a lot of things that you have been through, perhaps, and what I'm getting from this card, which is beautiful too, is that we have a blend of the different colors, and the blend of colors right here I see is a lot of blue, a lot of purple, some pinks, some dark indigo, and that really brings in the fact that you know how to communicate, you know how to speak into the universe about what you want because of the things that you have been through. You have been through a lot. This pile may have been through a lot, and so, you know, subconsciously you're very psychic too, perhaps because there is a lot of the purples, and we have indigo too, and so you're able to manifest exactly what you want. You know how to move forward, you know how to bring balance into your life. Again, yeah, you also pick the red tangerine, which does talk about a lot of inner work. And so this is your wish fulfillment. This beautiful pile, guys. Claim your power. That is beautiful. We have number 7. It could be pathlight number 7. I'm pathlight. That's why I mentioned it. We have breakthrough here. What is that? It looks like a coffin. Is that like a snake head or something? Just kind of reminds me. What's funny though, I'm just gonna say this, is that it kind of reminds me of like garlic. You know, the cloves, the garlic cloves. And garlic is, I'm just gonna say it because it somehow it just came into my mind that garlic is a natural natural in the sense of it's gonna help you if, like, say you're sick, then you're able to, if you eat raw garlic, then it will naturally help you fight that sickness. So anyway, number 11 talks about manifestation too. And then we have Akilanda, the goddess of never got broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. That is beautiful. I do see a lot of triangles here. Oh, I'm so sorry. I need to cover that. How am I going to cover this? Let's see. Who done? I was able to find something to cover her. All right. So for this, we have Akilanda, the goddess of never got not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. So my pile number 3, I do really feel that you are well balanced. I almost feel like from pile number 1 to pile number 3, it's almost like here's a first step, here's a second step, and now here I'm completely balanced. I have manifested what I wanted to manifest, and I know who I am. I know that I have done the inner work. I have claimed my own power, and it's awesome because here we have the 3 of Swords. We have claim our power right underneath the 3 of Swords. And 3 of Swords indicate I see things exactly as they are. You are in the flow. You are letting things flow as it's supposed to be. There is no expectation. You have the confidence. You are claiming your power. And you are having a breakthrough. You are seeing things as they are. Perhaps when I brought up the whole garlic thing, perhaps some of you, this might have to do with health, right? Garlic perhaps also have to do with some type of protection as well. And then this crystal too is a type of obsidian. I feel like it's the teardrop obsidian particular piece. And so you have been through it all. You have been through the ringer. This might just be confirmation for yourself too, that you understand how to manifest. You have done inner work. Let's see. I think what we can ask Spirit is moving forward, right? What is your guidance or moving forward from where you at? So from where pile number 3, Spirit, what message do you have for pile number 3 moving forward? What message do you have for pile number 3 moving forward, please? We have the Knight of Cups, and then we also have the Moon in reverse as well. What I'm getting from the Knight of Cups in reverse is perhaps you being in this state, right? Perhaps part of you is wondering whether, I think it may be like a relationship or other people around you. You still are wondering, well, why are people responding or reacting to you the way that they have been? Perhaps that there has been conflicts, jealousy in that sense, and you're just wondering why, because you're in this state that you are, this well-balanced state, balancing between the feminine and masculine energies that you have within yourself and going with the flow. When you see others that you've had conflict with or disagreements with, you wonder why. And Spirit is just saying that, well, with the Moon in reverse, is that, I just want to clarify the Moon, because it looks like there may be something revealed to you in the future or soon. We have the Knight of Wands. And perhaps you're waiting for something to happen, or something's going to be revealed to you and you're waiting. See, this is interesting because it came like this. And what card is this? The 6 of Cups. Oh, very interesting. I'm just gonna keep it like that. And we have the Six of Swords. You have the Six of Cups and the Six of Swords coming in here. I'm just gonna put that there. And usually with the Six of Cups, that has to do with maybe childhood or maybe perhaps a relationship, as you're wondering why perhaps another person or a relationship that you've been wondering why they reacted this way. Why have they done this? What I'm picking up though, sometimes because this card came this way, I did hear you may never know why. And sometimes that may be part of the process, is that you might not know. But for you, because you've done a lot of work on yourself and you have manifested this balance, this new love towards yourself, you may never know, because there is no controlling of other people. Not that you want to control them, it's just you let other people go as it is. You've let things go. But sometimes with other people, they have their own work that they need to do, and things are hidden. But it's either you have to continue to let go of trying to find out the whys, or trying to find out why things are the way they are. Sometimes you can wonder about that, and just continue to be in your balanced state. And when you do, perhaps someone else will be coming in for you, or something else is gonna come in to reveal your questions. We also have the Six of Swords. Otherwise, if you continue along the path of, you might end up being stuck, and then you're gonna have to go through another cycle again. So you want to be able to continue being balanced. That's what Spirit is saying. I wanted to pick up a couple. I drew more cards for this pile in regards to this, but I believe that's what Spirit is trying to tell you, that subconsciously, that this is something that you can continue being balanced, working on yourself, loving yourself, even though other people around you may not understand or see things the way that you see it. And you may never know exactly what they're thinking or why things are the way they are, especially if there's somebody close to you. It could be right now, since it came in this way, that it's in balance, I guess, and that there may be somebody coming in, or the answers that you are seeking will be coming in. You just have to be patient about it. But continuing along that path of, you may end up being stuck. So you want to try and avoid that as much as possible. I almost feel like I need one more card for you. Right. So we have the Queen of Wands. So continue to be independent, continue to have confidence within yourself. Because if you go down this path, you're not going to get to the Queen of Wands. You're not going to stay within this Queen of Wands. Continue to work on yourself. Continue the way you be balanced. And you will get to your Nine of Cups, or continue manifesting more and more that you want. I feel from this cards that you feel a little sad, because there may be some people within your life that you want to bring along, or you want to help them. Sometimes you need to continue just on your path and hope for the best for other people, or just say your prayers, help as much as you can, but it's not all on you. I completely understand this, and that's why I have a lot of passion and compassion for this, because in my own experience, you want to be able to help other people too, especially when you see something and maybe they don't see it. But this is what I have for you, pile number 3. If you like your reading, please give me a thumbs up and follow if you haven't followed. Sorry about that. So much pauses in this pile, but if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next pile or next reading. Bye.